They let me pick. Did I ever tell you that? Choose whichever Spartan I wanted. You know me. I did my research, watched as you became the soldier we needed you to be. Like the others, you were strong and swift and brave. A natural leader. But you had something they didn't. Something no one saw but me. Can you guess? Luck. Was I wrong?
This ain't good.
Damn. How far did he fall?
2 kilometers, easy.
Stay sharp. Gorman?
His armor's locked up. Gel layer could have taken most of the impact. I don't know, Sergeant Major.
Radio for Vito. Heavy lift gear. We're not leaving them here.
Yeah, you're not.
Oh, crazy fool. Why do you always jump? One of these days, you're gonna land on something as stubborn as you are. And I don't do bits and pieces. Where is she, Chief? Where's Cortana?
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
She stayed behind.
Corporal, make it quick.
Sorry, sir. Your armor's still in partial lockdown.
Chief, wait! The Arbiter's with us. Come on now. We've got enough to worry about without you two trying to kill each other.
Were it so easy. We must go. The brutes have our scent.
Then they must love the scent of testosterone. First squad, you're my scouts. Move out, quiet as you can.
Alright everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Halo 3 Legendary playthrough that I did recently. There's been a couple of shorts on it. I haven't really done a full-length series in a long time, so hopefully this will be okay, and we can get through all the weird editing and voiceover mistakes that you may hear from time to time. I'm going to try to do them pretty much one and done voiceovers, just try to keep it going, have my initial thoughts, replay what I was doing and why I was doing the things I was, just so people can understand my thought process and I can try to remember what I was actually doing. So initially, the first things you'll see me do is I will jump a lot and I'll aim for the rocks, and sometimes I'll aim for certain curvature in the map. It's just a weird habit I had from when I was first playing Halo 3 when I was younger, and it's kind of, I noticed that they just give me an extra speed boost or an extra boost just to get to different locations. And I'll do stuff like this as well when I'm going for brutes to try to get them out of the way faster, just because they're one of the more annoying enemies, of course, because they are stronger and they actually have armor. Now obviously that wasn't perfect, I took a lot of damage, I lost my shields, and now I had to fight a bunch of grunts with I'm using my pistol right now because it's the only precision weapon that I currently have that can do the headshots. And just a fun thing, I did leave on 2 skulls for this. One was the grunt birthday party, and the other one is the voice lines one, which is like IWHTYYD or something along those lines. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. but I left it on because it increases your chances of having those funny one-line encounters or funny death sounds or effects from enemies, as well as AI companions like the NPCs like Arbiter or the Marines that follow you around. So the first little section, like this long section we're doing, I'm showing you how far I actually got in the first attempt, like how far I got in the first mission before I actually had my first reset. Because my first time when I first did this, I just want to see how far and how fast I could do it and see if I could just like breeze through Legendary. I knew I wouldn't be able to, obviously, because I was in emergency situations like that. And then, as you'll see in a second, there was just a few deaths that just kept happening over and over and over again. Like, simple mistake, just went for the brute shot, plasma grenade, and later right next to me. Brute decided to jump down, just tap me with the brute shot non-stop. This one's a little bit further ahead, and this is just because I got a little overzealous. I was trying to push too hard, too fast, and I just got beat up by a grunt. Just 2 taps, done. I'm done. I even missed the easy headshot. It's not easy all the time because I am playing on Xbox or controller, so I'm not like, you know, the quick swap like some people do with PCs with their mouse and keyboard. But I enjoy controller a lot more because it's what I'm used to, and I actually enjoy playing with the controller because it just feels more natural to me. I just won't be able to do the quick flicks like the mouse and keyboard can. I think in this moment I was actually just seeing if there was a skull over here, because I already collected all the Halo 3 skulls, so I didn't need to get them again. But I was trying to see if I remember where one was, and I think that is where one of the first skulls in Halo 3 is. But obviously I didn't see it, and I wasn't really too fixated on it because I just wanted to get through the mission. So on my first attempt with this mission, I think the total length of the video was about 40 minutes long. I cut it down to about 29 minutes just because there is some extra just like stuff I kept in, like all the extra deaths that happened when I was fighting too fast and I just got caught off guard. I kind of just left them in to see like what people thought, or just to see how some of the dumb deaths I had, because I do some dumb, questionable things sometimes to try to progress further, or I try to see if I can do something cool, just, you know, oh, that'd be awesome just to see in a video, like see someone pull this off, but it doesn't always work out that way. And obviously I'm not a super professional gamer, so I can't do all kinds of crazy stuff 24/7 and make things look really cool. So here's another section that I did just like the earlier time. I'm showing you how far I got in the first attempt, which isn't too far, but it is cool kind of just see how fast you can kind of progress immediately when you get to certain areas, and then just kind of like, oh, I did this wrong, that's what happened. Like here I'm trying to be sneaky because that's what I normally do, sneak around, try to take out as many growths as I can, but I always get picked off right away by a bunch of carbines from all the jackals just in the trees. This time we just got sprayed by a spiker from a brute. You know, spiker's not one of the best weapons in the game, but obviously it just wrecked me right there for no reason, because I was just pushing too far, getting hit by too many projectiles, just couldn't fight against it. I think in this attempt you'll actually see that I think I will get all the way through this forest area by just trying to take my time and picking off all of the jackals as I can with my carbine. Also, another thing, I may not say all the words correctly because I'm saying carbine and some people say carbine or I don't know. People say things differently. I'm going to try to stick with the same pronunciation as best I can in carbine, just because that's what I used to say when I was growing up. That's kind of how I'm used to calling it. There are some other weapons, like you probably hear me, maybe be mispronounced for you guys, like how I'm saying it, but that's just how I say it to myself. So you can see, like I said, I'm trying to take things a little bit slower. I have a different precision weapon. It's not just a pistol, I have the scope now. So I'm going to take my time a little bit more and try to take out larger groups with headshots the best I can. It's not always perfect like that. And also, since the carbine is more of an energy weapon, it does do a little more damage to the brute armor, which is nice. And here you see, I was trying to get the headshot from the grunt that just kept running around, and I couldn't just hit his little pinpoint of a head. I kept hitting everywhere else around him. And somehow here I got a lucky stick on the jackal. I didn't know how. I must have gotten on his leg or on the arm right in where that little gap is in the shield. I don't know how I did it. I just got really lucky. And there's another just absolute dime from a grunt just trying to get me with a plasma grenade. That time I actually had enough time to pay attention and avoid it, unlike the first time when I was fixated on getting the brute shot and I kind of just like stood on it for too long. Here I'm looting for weapons, trying to get stuff, so I'm going to cut ahead. Boom. I get the kneeler and I make sure I take out this brute because I always like to. It's always kind of fun to see that your Marine gets saved. Here, I'm going to probably slow down a little bit. I feel like I got hit by my own guy, and that's how I died that time. There's like a carbine and the assault rifle ammo. This, I got a little further, obviously, and then I just got unlucky with a brute shot. This is basically where I died the first time, where I was thought I was getting killed by the AR ammo as well as the carbine shot, which I don't know. It could be both. It could be one or the other. It's just kind of funny that it looked like I was getting hit by my own Marines. I think this is actually the attempt that I finally make it through. There are nice little areas like this where there are ammos from like the human side of stuff. Like you can pick up a VR and a pistol here, the Magnum pistol, which is very nice because then you have more options for precision. Precision weapons are easy to use, and they're kind of like just if you get lucky, one shot done. You may have to like shoot a couple more times at certain enemies just because they move around more, or they have armor and shields you have to kind of deal with. And I can't remember. Nope, I don't. Yeah, I think I hit the brute with the grenade, but I didn't get him until I got him with the carbine.
The river. Hurry.
So yeah, this is the attempt that I finally got all the way through, and I can start the next section where the Pelican for Johnson unfortunately gets shot down, and we also have to deal with Cortana for the first time. I don't mean deal with her, but it's just kind of funny that you have to get slowed down so much, and like what the Marine says, all these like stats, like, "Are you okay?" Maybe it doesn't. Well, I guess they don't. It's probably a different section, I guess. I know they say eventually we're like, "Chief, are you okay? Your vital signs just so KIA," because like your heart rate spikes, I guess, and stuff like that. Anyways, this is another place where I got really far. I got decently far, but ended up just getting unprepared for what's about to happen here in about 3 seconds. As soon as this second Pelican right there, once it goes down, you'll see it in about like 3, 2, 1, boom. Headshot from a beam rifle from a jackal across the river. Was not ready for that at all. Now that I know that I have to look out for beam rifles now, I am going to be on the lookout for them. One thing is, since they're so far away, you don't get the red for your reticle, so you can't really tell if you're actually going to hit them or not, but it's if you can get the aim right, you can usually take care of them. Here I'm taking a little bit slower because obviously I'm aware and I'm like sketched out. There's gonna be more jackals, and obviously I missed one because he's behind the tree. Trying to get the jackal out. Still haven't got him. Still haven't. Oh, nope, I haven't gotten him yet. Still there. Come on, and got him. See, sometimes they take a little bit longer because bad aim. Bullets aren't hitting the right way, I guess, which is usually attributed to aim. Except for there, obviously it looked like I was hitting the brute shot the brute was holding, and he was blocking the bullets from the BR with it, which is kind of unique and interesting. Another death by a plasma grenade because the grunt just drops it. Here's another one from a brute. I get hit a few times with the brute shot. He actually launches my brute shot away from him, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's to be expected. Gonna be a couple. I think it's gonna be two more deaths. Another one from the brute shot, and then I think one more potentially. Yeah, one more from battle rifle, which looks like it ricocheted and hit me off from the ground. And this one is the one I finally get through this whole area, and I start another sequence. Most of the time when I play through the Halo series, it's the hardest I've ever did was on heroic. It's my first, like I told you, this is my first attempt on legendary. It's a lot of fun playing on legendary, trying to like figure out the things that I used in heroic that worked and the ones that like actually don't. Because there's some things you can do in the lower difficulties, like you can run and gun a little bit more. In legendary, you have to kind of like lean back a little bit and pay attention to what's going on and try to remember from your deaths like where the enemies can spawn or will be at. And of course, I bring the new combo, which just make it easier. But for me, like for heroic, I was still able to kind of run and gun like I would on normal and easy. I just kind of like just bulldoze my way through, which I will do in some of the later levels and some of the later sections of levels, just because there's areas that I know fairly well from playing Halo 3 for so much that you can kind of like skip around and get like speed boosts off the environment to kind of just breeze through the level and avoid most of the larger groups of enemies, especially in certain missions where there's a lot of flood, because they are very annoying. But since a lot of them are more melee fighters, or if they have guns, you can kind of break their arms so they don't have their weapons anymore, and you can just avoid the melee attacks the best you can. It helps you kind of just speed through everything because you're not having to dodge bullets every time you're running. This is another section that I'm surprised I was able to get through it so easily, because there's so many jackals just hidden away in all the trees and on the ground. They're just like everywhere. I thought I would get one-shotted a bunch. More than I did from battle rifles. From the beam rifle, not battle rifles, from the beam rifles. Because obviously there's a few right there, you just heard it go off a few times. And I think in about 3 seconds, yep, not 3, just right there, boom. Another kill, another death by a beam rifle, then another one. At this point, I'm kind of running low on ammo. I only have one more burst of my battle rifle and a few shots of my group shot. I think it looks like a magazine. Yeah, I had like a magazine and a half. A magazine and 1. That's it. I'm out of ammo. Now I have to try to just launch grenades and pray. And I think I eventually I do the smart thing. I go looking for a carbine to kind of like give me an edge, because if you don't have a weapon, especially on legendary difficulty, it makes it really, really hard, like almost impossible to get around and fight some of these enemies, because you just can't shoot back. And that's the entry sword was there. The only reason that was there, if you don't know, is because when Arbiter dies sometimes, he will pick up random weapons around him, because he usually drops his carbine, and his energy sword. It used to be a trick that you could do. I don't know if you still can. I didn't try it. But if you have a weapon you want him to use, you let him get knocked out, knocked down, and then you will pick up one of the weapons he has, like the carbine or the sword, and you'll leave the weapon you want him to use on the ground. It used to be a really good trick for one of the later missions. You would take him out on your own, pick up his sword, and you would give him a rocket launcher, and he would have unlimited ammo and basically just walk you through the entire level. But I didn't try it because I didn't think it worked anymore, especially on the MCC. Here's another trick. Here's a trick I tried. Build up a little bit of momentum, and usually if you have a frag grenade, you can get across that with a frag grenade, but I didn't have any, so I was trying to do it with the rocks. And that's kind of the tricks I was talking about. There are some areas that I can think of or know, you do them just right without without grenades or anything, you can still skip over them and skip whole sections of levels. You can do it on that little ramp I just tried, and then in a second you'll see me try to do it again, because you can kind of jump up these rocks. There's gonna be a few deaths here. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think so. Here's 3, 4, and I think one more, 5. And I think now we'll see me try to do the skip, I think. So I'll backtrack a little bit, go on these ledges of rocks. Once again, if you have a frag grenade, you can kind of do this, but I am going to try to do it with a plasma grenade, and obviously it's not going to work out. I almost take out Arbiter, and I obviously take myself out, and it's death number 6 for this whole section. This time I finally just gave up, and I just kind of kept progressing like you normally would, just try to take everything out, avoid the phantom, trying to get destroyed by like I did the one time. Take out all the jackals the best you can, because they are the biggest menaces to society when it comes to the Halo series. Sorry if you hear any weird background noise. I'll try to edit it out the best I can. But again, I'm not gonna be able to do all of it because there's a lot of stuff going on. So you see, I'm taking my time. I'm trying to slowly progress through it, and I think since we're getting closer to the end, most of my weapons I will use are going to be sticking with oh, that was cool. I forgot about that. The brute throws the bubble shield just at the right time to send my plasma grenade flying as it opens up. It just launches it. But what I was going to say is, most of the weapons you'll see me use from here on out for this area is going to be basically a rifle, like the Covenant Carbine, or the battle rifle for the human side, and then the sniper rifles, the beam rifle for the Covenant, and then I'm going to pick up the regular sniper rifle for the humans in a second, right here. And this is a place that I didn't even remember, or I didn't even know about when I was younger. I kind of had to do more exploration to find it, because I didn't think about Johnson's Pelican being on the ground anywhere near us. I figured it'd be in the water and they had to like climb out of it. At least that's what I thought as a kid. But as I got older, I kind of explored more and I found it. And I was like, oh sweet, I have plenty of ammo to slowly progress for the rest of the level. Because the rest of the level, you can kind of keep your distance a little bit more than you normally would, because you have the high ground, you have a little like overlook, and you have more rifles and sniper ammo from the Pelican that you can use. Like I said, I'm going to try to kind of think things a little bit slower here in this section, just because I have that advantage with the height and with the long distance weapons. I'm almost through this section. There's one more cool thing that happens here. I'm going to launch a grenade to this little range area and get that brute, and boom, he's done. Send him flying with a plasma grenade that stuck to him, which is really cool. I don't know if it stuck to him. I didn't see metal, but I thought it did. And that's it. That's that last little section before the very last part of the level, which I'll be on this little overlook, watching over the Covenant and trying to save Johnson.
See how they bait their trap? I will help you spring it.
I think I'm coming up on my last death here, just because there's going to be another sniper and a beam rifle in about 2 seconds. Yep. And I think that should be the last death, because I will make sure I take all the jackals out almost immediately with the sniper. Now granted, there aren't going to be like the best shots here and there, because I don't always have 100% accuracy. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But I'm focusing on the areas where I think the snipers will be and the carbines will be. And then I'm also going to focus on the brutes next when I have the chance to, because it is a chieftain here. And if I know for a fact if I didn't take him out and he was kind of running around the tunnels or in the lower area, if I got down there, he was just going to chase me nonstop with a hammer and just wreck me. So I'm going to take my time, make sure I keep my shields up so I can take like a brute shot or two and not lose my health. And look, there's the chieftain. So I'm going to try to take one brute, and I'm going to try to focus on the chieftain and the other brutes so I can get rid of them before they cause more problems. But obviously, I kind of got a little antsy and just missed that one shot. But I should be able to pick up here. Yep, I got rid of the captain, which is the gold one. If you hear me say like the captain brutes is usually the gold ones is what I'm referring to, just the different rankings. And also another thing, since I'm on the MCC, I do have like the scorecard on because of I want to see how far I can get with the achievements, with like how many points I get. There's also the missions, like the mission board that you have going on there. And then also because of the skulls I have on, you also see like the grunt birthday party, like I said earlier. Here I got really worried because there's a brute with a carbine that was just hitting me nonstop, and I didn't have an angle, but luckily I got a nice little headshot off to keep myself safe, and I don't have to worry about him anymore. And I think the last brute is the chieftain, so I can focus on him with the last little bit of sniper ammo I have, because I am running low, and I have a couple of jackals left. The one with the shield and one with the carbine I just took down. And of course, I run out of ammo to take out. I run out of ammo for my carbine to take out that last jackal with the shield, because you can kind of shoot them in the arm, and then you can get the headshot, and boom, you're done. Luckily, the brute chieftain added his invincibility, so I'm not down there dealing with him with just a sniper rifle, because sniper rifles in close quarters, they do a lot of damage if you just hit them, but you know, it's almost impossible to get a lot of the hits off that you want, especially like headshots. Here, obviously, I had to come down because I have no ammo in any of my weapons. I kind of just have to go pray and try to remember where I saw the carbines at, and boom, here we go. I can now have the hammer. Now, the hammer, not one of the best things in the world to have on Legendary Run. That's my opinion. But in certain sections like this one, and then I think 1 or 2 more missions later down in the series, you'll see that the hammers are godsends, because a lot of enemies will group up in the later parts of the missions, especially ones where you skip them a lot, and if you get a hammer and have a bunch of grunts or jackals or just brutes together, you just start swinging like a madman and you just take everything out. That's like, this isn't even close to what I did to one of the later levels, which I hope I will have everything slowly being edited throughout the next like month or so, because I want to try to do like once a week longer length videos nowadays, because I have some footage I'm working on for Halo series among other games. So hopefully I'll have like my current trend right now for videos. Monday, Friday, I'll kind of try to figure out a short that I can post based off of the gameplay I have caught and anything that's going on in the world, and anything like meme worthy that's like a good addition to what I can add to my videos. And then I want to try to have at least one full like longer length video, like 30 minutes long like I am right now, which is just me talking, practicing some editing skills, and showing some general gameplay that I was doing throughout my just my relaxing hobby times, which is what this kind of was. It was me trying to like just relax from work and just enjoy a hobby and practice some editing skills. They're gonna be very lackluster at first, but I just want to get more practice with editing, voiceovers, and just overall like footage capture and stuff like that. So right now, it's coming up on the last like minute or 2 of the video, because this is the very last part of the section. It's when I have to fight through the 2 phantoms as the pelicans come in to kind of pick it up. You basically just have to hold out, make sure you survive the full onslaught of just waves of covenant that these phantoms will drop. One will be right here on the bridge, and the other one is in that little gap where I just picked up Johnson, but they're going on the other side that I dropped down from. Here, since I'm running low on ammo, I'm kind of going to just hide away and just wait for them to come closer to us, and I can use the hammer to kind of just melee. I didn't want to swing full, like the full swing, because I was going to hit the bunch of Marines around me, and I didn't want to hurt them and lose points. Now granted, I'm not too worried about the score. I was kind of more so just myself. I was just doing it to do it, because there's a couple more achievements I need to do for the MCC, because there's like 700 or 800 different achievements for the game, and I only have like 400, 450, or 500 I've already had done, and I'm slowly working on the rest with these legendary playthroughs. Now this is basically the last little bit, because all the enemies have pretty much been taken care of at this point. There's just a few more stragglers. Hocus is now taking out the last phantom, and then they will come over and pick us up. Now I'm just kind of just killing some time, looking around the weapons, just kind of just waiting for the phantom to the pelican to finally land, so I can get in it and call it there for the level. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this kind of like just talking session as I ramble on, as gameplay plays in the background. Hopefully it's okay for voiceovers, not too much, not too little. It kind of makes sense. It's not just a bunch of just random stuff being spewed at you. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. Let me know anything in the comments down below. Leave me a like if you enjoy it. I really want to see what you guys think and how you think I can kind of improve for the future, because I am just starting out and just figuring it all as I just progress normally. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope I'll see you in the next few episodes, and I hope you guys enjoy everything.